Hi, it's Dan here from Flexible, and today I'm going to talk to you about how you can double your agency income within the next 7 days. Let's get stuck in. All right, so those of you who are still here are probably intrigued by what I said, right? But it's true, okay? I'm not going to ask you to be able to spend a single dime on ads. I'm not going to ask you to hire appointment setters. I'm not going to ask you to do any kind of cold email or cold calling or anything like that, all right? I'm just going to ask you to send a simple templated style email, and I'm going to actually kind of freestyle and write it here with you in this video, and then I want you to send this to your previous clients, okay? This only works if you've got previous clients, but most people I know, most people that come into my community, most people that are interested in doing lead generation have done lead generation before. So let's dive in. The first thing you want to do is compile a list of all of the people that you've worked with over the last 5 years, okay? Anything like me, when I first, started to get serious, I didn't really have like a good CRM system. I didn't have clients that were all neatly organized in an Excel spreadsheet with exact details or anything like that. The best that I had was an inbox where I could remember the names of the people I'd work with and do a filter inside Gmail, or I could have a look through my accounting software and see of all of the people that I invoiced over the past 5 years, right? And when you do this and actually take the time to remember who you've worked with in the past, A, it's going to bring back some good memories. B, it's going to make you realize that you're probably pretty good at selling something that you weren't very good at delivering. And C, you've got a good amount of people that you can reach back out to, all right? And even though you might not want to do that, bear with me for a moment. I'm going to show you how to do that and what this looks like. The first thing, as I said, I want you to do is go back, spend an hour or so compiling that list of all of the people you've worked with, and then let's move on to step 2 and why this works. So this is the critical part of the whole process, and I see this a lot inside agencies. They're having all of these innovations inside their business. The problem is that they're living in this little cocoon where they're testing lots of cool stuff, but the rest of the world doesn't know about it, okay? If you don't have the luxury of a Facebook group or a YouTube channel or whatever that is, it's likely that your clients are never gonna understand what you're doing and why you're constantly getting better, and most people do get better. What I want you to think about for step 2 is figure out what it is that you're doing that's different and sexy. Sexy is a strange word to use in the agency game, right? But something that's different and it's going to get your clients to stand up and listen. You want to kind of figure out what this new thing you're doing is, okay? And it could be something very small that you think is small, but your client's going to absolutely love it and fall over themselves for it, right? So you could be testing advertorial funnels. You could be testing a survey funnel. You could be not selling leads on that have certain criteria. You could be filtering the leads. You could be trying YouTube ads. You could be trying search ads. You could be trying Facebook lead forms. You could be automatically booking appointments into your client's calendar rather than them having to call. There's just so much stuff that I'm just rolling off the top of my tongue that I see people doing all the time. The problem is that their clients don't understand what that is, or they're not even aware of it, right? So now you've got that one thing and you've chosen what that one thing is. I want you to start thinking about how you can communicate that inside an email to your clients, right? This is so easy to do because you already have this database in step 1 that I told you about that has 20, 30, 50 people that you've worked with, and they already know you and probably like and trust you, okay? Just because you haven't continued on with them doesn't mean that you didn't have a good experience with them. If your heart's in the right place and you're a good person, you usually have left on good terms, right? What you want to do is move on to step 3 and write an email, all right? And this is, I'm just going to freestyle. You can't really get it wrong. Just give this a go, all right? Let's move on to step 3. So the first thing is subject line. A few things that have worked for me is just like, what's up? Like question mark. Because they already know you, right? They'll remember you when this email comes through. Or thank you. A thank you email always works well because you can never go wrong thanking people for what you've done in the past with them. So let's just go with a kind of what's up. What's up? I usually just do SUP, question mark, but that's my kind of way of talking to clients, right? Pretty informal. So I'll do a subject line like that with a question mark. And then I'll go into an email that goes something like this. And I'm never very good on the spot, so there might be a few edits, right? But it'll be something like, hey Joe, it's Dan here from Flexible. It's been, 3 months since we last chatted, or 3 years since we last chatted, whatever that is. I hope things are going well. I see that, and this is where you get specific, right? I see that you XYZ, okay? So you can have a look at their social media profile. You can have a look at their website. They might have had a kid. They might be offering a new mortgage product in their mortgage business. Whatever it is, you want to make it kind of specific. So it's a personalized email rather than kind of blanket sent to everyone on your database, which people get sick of, right? And they don't relate to. So you want to make sure that it's very personalized and perhaps with a little bit of humor, and always relating it back to some work that you've possibly done with them in the past, right? So for me, hey Joe, it's Dan here from Flexible. I see that you had the second kid. How's the sleep going for you? I bet you haven't slept in 2 weeks or something, question mark, right? It's been a while since we last worked together. I remember we did some work with your mortgage offer, but your sales team couldn't handle the volume that we were doing, so we decided to call it a day, which is fine. We've learned a lot since then. Next thing you want to do is introduce the new and sexy thing that you're doing, okay? So for me, that would be something along the lines of, as I said, it's been a while since we last worked together, but what we've been testing, and it's working so well, is introducing TikTok leads to what we're doing as an agency. Okay, this is an absolute goldmine because TikTok is where Facebook was 5 years ago, all right? We get cheaper leads with the same quality as Facebook, okay? Which means that we can bring something on a little bit cheaper than what we did before. As an example, right? Or you might not always want to kind of lower your price, but you can see why that would be quite attractive to the client, right? An offer like that. So you're introducing this new and sexy thing that you're doing, you're emailing them, you're being specific, and then you just kind of sign off and say something along the lines of, we've got space for 2 more mortgage clients to come on with TikTok ads. Just reply back if you're interested, okay? And then sign off with your name. And what happens there is that you've got an email that you know is going to get through to your client that introduces a new offer. And what you're going to find is that if your offer is kind of sexy enough and good enough, and you have like 20 to 50 people that you've worked with in the past, you're going to get, like, I would say at least a 10 to 20% response rate to this email, probably more, okay? I've seen up to 80 or 90%, right? And then it's just a matter of kind of transitioning into your offer, making an offer and closing them. The reason I know this works so well is because I used to go up to Scotland a lot when I was running leads in a certain vertical up there. And every time I went up, I used to come back with like a very big increased order, okay? Every single time, okay? Because we would just have a conversation, have a beer or something, and I'd introduce something new that we're doing, and they'd just go, yeah, let's give it a go, all right? So this really does work, and I would highly recommend giving it a go if you can, because you can literally, bring on 4 or 5 clients at like a chunky lead volume, or if you're running a retainer, new retainer contracts very, very quickly, and you can double your agency income just by focusing on the people that you've worked with in the past, right? So I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's super simple, super fast. You can get results quickly from it. All you have to do is send an email. So if you've got any questions, anything like that, please comment in the comments box. If you do like this video, give us a like. And lastly, please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you'd like to get more videos like this. I'll speak to you soon.